Hello everyone, Storm101 here. Today we'll be having an update on a system that will be going by across the deep south that could bring us some severe weather and some flash flooding that could be a good amount of rain. Now there is some good news to the storm system since I made the last one. There's good news with severe weather and the flash flooding as well. And let's go to get started with the Canadian model here. This is what we got going on right now. It's a dry air mass. It's when we start to get into Monday. As you can see here, you got a wave of moisture coming in across the south into the lower Midwest, the Tennessee Valley. It's just showers, not too big of a deal. Then we got a system that develops from Mexico into Texas. That's going to bring in quite a bit of rain. And there could be some training storms there. And what's completely different here is we have a very southern track low to be going for the deep south. Instead of what we had on the last video, a low pressure system would be falling along the Ohio River that could bring in some serious severe weather. Now, this is not looking like a severe weather setup anymore, but there is a little bit more bad news to it. Most of the rain looks to be going through Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, and could be a little bit further back to the west. I've made a map on it, which I'll show you guys that in a moment. And let's take a look into those rainfall amounts. And you can see there's a pretty wide spread, 2 to 4 inches of rain, all the way from western Texas all the way into the east coast through the deep south there. These are areas that do not need any more rain, except for western Texas. Texas, you guys need that rain. Good for you guys, but it's not good for the deep south at all. What we had before is actually rainfall amounts between 7 and 8 inches up into Kentucky and Tennessee. Now it's been pushed further to the south. Let's take a look into some more models. Take a look at GFS, which is currently updating in the 18Z. We still got quite a bit of rain for Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, into South Carolina, with rainfall amounts anywhere from 2 up to 5 inches of rain. It's now really looking good for Alabama, Mississippi, and they still got some flooding issues down there. Very similar to the Icon model, pretty widespread, 2 to 4 inches. Some places might even get a little bit more than 5 inches of rain there across Georgia into South Carolina. Still, it's just not looking really good at all. The name does not go that far out, but it does have some heavy rainfall totals across northern Alabama to Tennessee and Kentucky with up to 2 inches, which is not too bad, really, at all. Let's take a look into the European model here. Um, and again, it's a very similar scenario. It's a very severe track low. And as you can see how I'm playing this, there could be some severe weather back into Texas through Louisiana there to Mississippi. And it kind of moves out on Thursday. Rainfall amounts could be anywhere between, um, let's see here, about 5 inches of rain for Alabama and Georgia. So there's an area that still might be able to get over 5 inches of rain. We just do not exactly know where. It's still a few days out, so some things could change a little bit. The wind is not all that impressive either. Kind of move back here. It could be a little bit windy. It's just not as bad like we had with that system going up to the north and having wind gusts 70 miles per hour. At least we're not seeing that anymore, which is really good news. Now, into the severe weather side of things here, we'll take a look into the instability here. There's actually a decent amount of instability out ahead of us. So there could be some severe weather across the southeast there, probably into Florida as well. Definitely, probably some severe weather potential. But as we move back into like Tuesday here, look at some of these K values. This time of year, you only need over 500. You got severe weather. We got K values up to 1500 in a few areas. So it's a pretty good air mass for some severe weather. The GFS is similar, but a little bit further to the south, kind of bullseying Houston and Lake Charles here with some of those higher K values. So Florida, you might be able to get some severe weather out of this here. kind of move back to the euro. Definitely for some chances of severe weather here, which is not good for you guys there. How much rain is the Weather Prediction Center issuing? Well, there's a general 4 to upwards 5 inches of rain anywhere from northern Mississippi through northern Alabama, south central Tennessee into Georgia into those mountain ranges. Expect this to move further south here. And in the next update here, they are slowly moving this large rain mass to the south. And what I forgot to pull up is the Storm Prediction Center, which we'll be taking a look at to their day 5 outlook, which is Tuesday. Oh yeah, day 3, there's a small chance of severe weather there across eastern Arkansas and northwestern Mississippi, western Tennessee, southwestern Kentucky, and far southeastern Missouri. Not too big of a deal. So here's day 4, which is Tuesday. You got a 15% slight risk anywhere from San Antonio for Austin, Waco, Lufkin, Alexandria, Shreveport, Greenville into Jackson, Mississippi. Yeah, Jackson, Mississippi again. Jackson, Mississippi's been getting a lot of severe weather back in winter, and tomorrow is going to be their first day in meteorologically, I can't pronounce it right, spring. Not actual spring, but meteorologically spring. Man, I'm terrible at saying that, but you get what I'm saying, hopefully. Even includes Houston as well. I did make a forecast, but day 6, there's no area predictably too low. There's been a lot of uncertainties here, which for my forecast, there's not a 15% area. But however, if we move on to my map here, there is definitely some severe weather chances across San Antonio, Austin, Houston, into New Orleans there, Jackson, Mississippi, unfortunately there. This dark green area here, that's the stormy area, and there's going to be some flash flooding likely for some of these areas here in the green. Light green areas here, that's going to be wet. There's potentially for some flash flooding. And I did not pay attention to the Florida. I do apologize for that. I didn't pay attention much to it. And you guys do have a chance of severe weather as well. I will highlight an area for you guys down here. You guys can definitely have a chance of severe weather down there as well. But just a very quick update here. It's not too big of a deal than like it was a few days ago, which is good news. But still bad news for the Deep South. We still got severe weather. All threats are on the table. I'm not 100% sure for hail, though, but there's definitely instability that can at least create some damaging winds and potentially a few tornadoes, especially into southeastern Texas, into Louisiana, where you have most of the instability. Now, around Florida, definitely has a chance of severe weather as well. You got the Cape, very similar threats there. So I'll say, since we have an agreement from the models, I would say there will probably be a highlight area for Florida tomorrow, probably into Georgia in the Florida Panhandle as well. But anyways, guys, this is all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If y'all did like this video, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload. If y'all guys got questions about this, you can put a comment section down below. I will answer you guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.